An up-and-coming team, a young team, the Houston Texans, sitting at 6-4 right now. Um, Coach of the Year candidate and D'Amico Ryans, young bright star and C.J. Stroud. You got Nico Collins. I can go on with the talent out there, Tank Dell. But gentlemen, let me ask you, and I'll start off with you, Sora. Have the Houston Texans proved themselves to be a serious threat in the AFC?
Yeah, I feel like they've proven to be a serious threat in all of the NFL. I mean, again, we talk about future offensive rookie of the year, CJ Stroud. You could already put him in top 10 conversations. You can even put him in for MVP conversations this year as a rookie. Your defense looks amazing as per usual. Your coach is potentially, coach of the year. You've revived Singletary's career. Again, you brought a lot of these guys in free agency. I mean, again, Nico Collins, Dalton Schultz, drafted Tank Dell, and all these guys have looked like bona fide starters. I mean, there's not really a lot of. I don't want to say there's. Actually, let me take that back. I don't want to say there's not a lot of flaws you can point out in this team because obviously it is young. But for a team so young and just so brand new, they're doing really well. 2 to 3 years, they can. 2 to 3 years, they could be in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and you brought up Devin Singletary, which is a great point because right now he's getting into the thick of things right when playoffs are around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
And, I understand Dameon Pierce, he's had his troubles this season, but when healthy, we've seen what he can do. So hopefully that could help them out. But Dante, looking at the landscape in the AFC, do you think the Houston Texans have done enough to prove that, they're a threat?
Yes. They beat the crap out of us the first time. I predict they're going to beat the crap out of us again this week. And I'm a Jaguars fan for those that don't know. I said it once and I'll say it again. I knew that CJ Stroud was probably going to take his lumps and his bumps this season, but I didn't think that he was absolutely going to take none. You know what I'm saying? It was, and here's the other thing with CJ Stroud, man. I don't know if I almost put this as a clip today, but I wanted to wait because you asked a perfect question for me to bring this out. Everything, if CJ Stroud goes down, this team is going to suck. And I hate to say that the quarterback is everything, but Tank Dell to me was such a question mark. I knew that small kid, it reminds you of Deshaun Jackson, bro. I'm just be straight up with you. Small, fast, gets downfield, beats people. I knew that he was a great route runner. My question was his hands. I always said that even when he was with Houston. Him and Clayton Tune had a great relationship there, but it was sometimes he would have an MVS type of drop that we saw the other night. Whatever connection that him and CJ got on the same page and got, I'm willing to say I was wrong about Tank Dell at this point. I mean, it just is what it is. You got to call a ball, a strike, a strike. Mm-hmm. Clip it, do whatever you want to. I was wrong about Tank Dell, but I really think it was they got together and made some connection in a great way. So if he goes down, and here's the other thing that I'm going to say about CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud's doing all the right things. I know he got in a little bit of hot water with his dad being in prison and all that stuff. Whatever, you're going to feel a certain way about your family and the things. You're going to have biases there. I can't control how he feels personally about his family dealings and how he feels about politics. I can't include that in the way that he plays, but I can say as far as being a professional, doing your job every single day. He was on an interview, I think it was with Rich Eisen. It was him, Tom Brady, and Rich Eisen, I think. And I think that was the interview. But anyways, the question got asked. He was like, do you want to ask anything to Tom Brady? CJ Stroud said this, and I was like, the kid is different. I'm telling you right now, it was the perfect question to ask somebody at Tom Brady's caliber. He said, when the highs get really high like we're on right now and things are going really good, how do you keep that going? What was the mindset? How did you always keep that going when you were at the top of the top? And he was saying that indirectly because he knows right now he's at the top of his game. As a rookie to ask that, Tom Brady said, you got to learn that this is, and most people don't learn this, but you got to learn that this is like your job, and that it's not your responsibility to go out there and take care of other people and to worry about what they want to do outside of football. You got to worry about what you got to do. You're not everybody's bank account. You're not everybody's entertainment. You have a job to do. He's like, you don't go to your buddy's job and just come in and interrupt their job and what they're doing. He's like, they got to be the same way. They got to understand when you're cooking, you have certain things that you have to do to continue to do that. The less distractions that you have and the more that you learn that, the better you're going to be on your trajectory forward. Great answer by Tom. Great question by CJ. And great coaching by D'Amico Ryans as well. I don't know what is going, and I knew it, man. All of us was watching that draft. It's draft pick after draft pick after draft pick after draft pick. Will Anderson is doing well. I just hope Derek Stingler comes back in some healthy fashion, because if he's super healthy, or when he gets to 100%, he's just going to be another piece of the puzzle. I don't think it's this year, and I don't think it's next year. But year 3 under CJ Stroud, we're going to be talking about him as a top 5 quarterback for a long time, as long as they keep building on this, man. I'm super excited to watch him. I'm super excited for Coach. I hate that they're in our division, but it's hard not to be a fan of all those guys too. So, serious threat. I said it before and I'll say it again. I think they win our division this year.
Hey, one game behind, if I'm not mistaken.
If they beat Jacksonville twice and keep winning, it's over. It's over.
It's going to be a close and tight race.